I really enjoyed yesterday having a chance to speak with NBC's Donna Brothers, as she is retiring now after 26 years as part of the broadcast for NBC, because she is the most calm and poised person I've ever seen do one job and do it oh so very well. This weekend, I know it seems like one of the greatest challenges is to not be thinking about the fact this is your final one for NBC. It's like, because the horses and the races and the jockeys, the connections, that's what means so much to you. It's about them.
Yeah, Pete, I don't need to tell you, a good reporter has to make sure that they never become the story, right? And so I just have to make sure the story is not about me, because there's so much great action on the track this weekend, and that's what we're going to focus on.
But I'm going to ask you, since we're not there yet, just as you think back to when you first started doing this, could you have envisioned what it turned into and what it became?
Absolutely not. So I went from being a jockey to, NBC took a chance with me. I was doing some simulcast handicapping for Churchill Downs, so some, just on-track stuff. And they saw me and said, would you like to join our broadcast team? And I thought, sure. Naively, I thought, that'll be fun. And then I did my first show, which was in 2000. It was the Breeders' Cup, my first network show, 5 hours, 7 races. And I came home that day and said to my husband, I know that looks like fun, but it's really hard. I don't think I want to do it again. And then he kind of talked me off the ledge, and long story short, 26 years later, I'm still here. And the part that's really surprised me the most is how many people have said, were you the original on horseback reporter? And I wasn't. Charles Sicani was, who was from Maryland, by the way. And but then I had to realize, for many people who are younger than 40 or even 40, I'm the only person they've ever seen on air on horseback doing those interviews after the big races. And so I can see why they feel that way. But for me, it's a phase of my life, and it's not going to be the end of my life, but it will be the end of my career.
Do you have a favorite on horseback interview post-race? One that just every time you think of it, you can't help but smile.
I would say that would be after Mike Smith won the Triple Crown with Justify. Now, 3 years prior to that, we did have a Triple Crown winner with American Pharoah, and that had been after the 37-year spell had been broken, right? But the reason why the one with Justify and Mike Smith stuck with me more was because when I was an apprentice jockey, Mike Smith was a journeyman rider at Canterbury Park, and he sort of took me under his wing, and he really mentored me. He helped me a lot. He would watch races with me. He made me a better rider. He made me see races differently. He made me stronger. He's the one who encouraged me to get in the gym and get stronger, so he was a really good friend of mine, and to be there for that magical moment for him, for my friend, and also for another Triple Crown, I would say is one of my favorites.
That was magic. I was there for that too. I still will never forget just the tsunami of noise rolling down the back stretch along as realizing that Justify was going to do it, and how cool that was. We're not going to have noise like that for this race on Saturday. How do you see this one shaking out? It's wild because you've got 14 horses. The favorites 9-2. The next 3 are 5-1. Then you got 6-1. It's how do you try and handicap something like this?
Well, if you're a strict handicapper, it's really a good betting race because you're not going to have to take a short price on anybody. So if you can feel pretty strongly about somebody in the race, you have a pretty good chance of making some money if you're right? You've got to be right there to get paid. From a not strictly handicapping standpoint, just 3 years ago, we watched Gianna Antonucci win the Belmont Stakes and become the first woman to win a Triple Crown race. And then just 2 weeks ago, we watched Cherie DeVaux do the same. Brittany Russell has been training horses since something around 10 years. But she saddled her, 2018, she saddled her very first horse right here at Laurel. And so for her, the Preakness Stakes would be a significant win. But for her to get it here at Laurel rather than at Pimlico, I think would be even more significant. And so why not just keep rooting for history, right?
That is perfect. We can all cheer for that, certainly. Marylanders on Saturday in this strange Preakness. But if we have something like that to hold on to, make it all worthwhile. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Pete. We'll take